Wow. Yeah, you canceled, bro. And canceled. You gonna get fucking canceled, bro. It was good, y'all. It's your favorite poverty podcast, bro. Yes, so y'all know we ain't never making it out, bro. But we got another reaction. Trans versus conservative men. Is masculinity disappearing? We got the part 2 from the last one. Hold on, I'm gonna let Hollywood speak on the guest and shit, bro. I ain't going.
Well, the guest forgot about us, so we might have to reschedule to a different day and shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's all good because you know what I'm saying. We still here. We're not gonna lose a guest and like you know what I'm saying. It's not do the podcast. That's not what the fuck Foreign Pill's about. You know what I'm saying? Foreign Pill's about striving no matter what.
And get shit done no matter what, unless you're in the hospital or throwing up and shit.
Honestly, we could have done it while I was in the fucking hospital and shit, but
I mean, we could have done it while I was throwing up and on the toilet. Yeah,
but
I could get off my laptop.
Like I could have did that in the hospital shit, but my dad was fucked up and shit. It wouldn't let me.
Oh yeah, they cut all that off in the hospital. They cut the data and shit off. Because I know every time I go to the hospital, every time I go to a dentist, I always got to connect to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I was connected to the shitty ass Wi-Fi. My shit was lagging on FaceTime. Hey, next time I go to the hospital, we doing the podcast. No, I ain't gonna lie. Ain't no 2 times in a row. Like if we have to do a podcast, we're doing the podcast. They could be performing surgery on my fucking intestines or whatever the fuck and shit. And we're doing that podcast.
Shit, I could get some backup niggas to do it.
Some backup niggas do a podcast?
Yeah.
Do we have the funds for that? I'm in debt.
Nigga, we don't need a fund. You got a gun. Tell them niggas to come sit the ass down.
I had to sell my gun.
nigga, yeah, poverty podcast, bro. Like, poverty fucking podcast, bro. We broke. Poverty fucking podcast. Shout out Ethical, bro. This nigga Ethical, a real nigga, bro. Always pulling up, always showing love and shit, y'all. And then in the future, we are gonna need mods, bro. Ethical definitely at first place right now to get mod. This nigga every podcast right now. Damn.
Fuck that nigga. I'm the first mod.
Damn.
He could be number 3.
It's kind of racist if you ask me, cause
at least you know some.
Wait, what is his profile picture? That's a penguin?
Nah, that's a duck.
Bro, that's a fucking alligator.
That's a duck.
Fuck the penguins. LOL, y'all gonna kidnap motherfuckers to get them on the podcast? Yeah, bro. Whenever but that's rarely though I ever get sick, bro. Anything ever happened to this nigga probably be getting
I'm kind of injured. I'm injured. I got a shoulder injury.
Pussy.
Yeah. Pussy. I'm gonna have to go back to the doctor.
You need a girl to kiss it for you.
Hell yeah.
Nigga said, fuck you too, Hollywood.
Thank you.
See, we're gonna get Ethical to do the next podcast, whatever somebody out or some shit.
The thing is, you know how he was talking about kidnapping motherfucker? I was thinking like, you know, you ever heard the black market?
No, I never heard that.
The black web, you know what I'm saying, where you can like
you can sell people on that shit?
Shh, nigga.
Oh shit, I'm loud, I'm tripping, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I was thinking like if we go kidnap them, might as well make some money off it.
That's a good point. Okay, we're gonna have to get this plan up in the works, bro. But all right, let's hop into the reaction, bro. Make sure y'all subscribe, comment. Don't even like the fucking video. Just comment and subscribe, bro, and leave the likes off. I'm just like the video too, bro. All right, we stopped right here. Hold on. I have.
Shit! I forgot about Buck's bitch ass, bro. Buck, the one who run the room, bro. Buck runs the room, bro.
Hey, look, they gonna have that one there in the comments. You shouldn't be speaking about transgenders that way.
Not knowing that I was even thinking of the transgender, bro. I was just thinking about Buck's bitch ass, bro.
That nigga like a street nigga though. You can't cap.
Bro, he looks like an old ass grandpa.
Sell people in Minecraft, of course. Yeah. We definitely talking about on Fortnite. So sell some skins and shit. You know, the usual. All right, we left off. I have male privilege. Fuck out of here.
I mean, maybe sometimes. I'm not saying it's
and this nigga still got draws on his head and shit. What the fuck is that?
They're targeted by other men.
Right. But women are targeted by other men. I think women have less of a safe space.
That's I disagree. Men don't have a safe space. If you go to certain
but I'm talking
cities,
about
they get murdered.
Okay, but I'm
not
talking about certain cities.
I'd say it's
every day. I think that's a blanket.
Have you been attacked as a woman?
I have. I've been raped. I've been attacked. I can go on and on and on. I was homeless, living in the streets, raped all the time.
Okay, but like. Look. That is the extreme. The average person is not homeless living in the streets, so they're not going to be attacked.
And getting raped.
And at the end of the day, you know how many homeless males get attacked? It's especially just because they're a male and they're homeless. What the fuck?
We're speaking on generalities.
Yeah, bro. A lot of homeless males, you know what I'm saying? They're going to get attacked for the simple fact that they're homeless and shit, and they're a guy. People going to look at them like you're a fucking bum. Get off your ass, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing their situation. I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean they should be attacked. But
bro. But he using his self for argument, and his self is not the majority. Sorry.
Exactly, this is extreme, my nigga. The absolute extreme, being homeless.
Raped all the time is crazy, bro. And then that's another thing. A lot of these women be lying too. Some of the shit that don't be true. They just irresponsible. They'll get drunk and then they'll have sex, which is dumb. And it's also dumb for the nigga to have sex with the woman because of not knowing what go on in fucking today, bro. Women lie and just believe all women, bro. So y'all niggas keep your dick to yourself, especially if the bitch is drunk.
Yep.
It happens. It's a real thing. Yeah. I didn't see the guys on the street getting raped, but
men do get raped.
100%. But the experience of it.
Do you get catcalled down the street? Like,
do you get catcalled down the street? Oh my fucking gosh.
Women say things to me when I was a police officer.
Do you feel threatened? You feel empowered though, right?
No, I don't feel empowered. I feel this.
But do you feel scared? Do you feel threatened when a woman catcalls you?
No, I don't feel threatened if a man try to challenge.
Because you have that male privilege, right? As a woman,
it's not male privilege. It's called having fucking confidence and shit, not being a bitch at the end of the day. What
the biggest headache of a lifetime, but this got to be the dumbest shit I ever heard, bro. He hurt in my head somehow. First world country issues, LOL. Exactly, bro. The normal human, the person, a human that understands what's actually going on in the world, bro, would say there is no privilege on east side without I'll say there's female privilege when it comes to laws and shit like that. I'll say that. But in general, bro, we all got our pros and cons of each fucking shit, no matter what, bro. We got our pros and cons for everything, bro. That's what make us different, bro.
What if a man was whistling at you when you were walking down the street?
I've had it happen.
So that's male privilege because we don't get whistled at? The fuck?
So I had gay men whistle to me.
But how does that make you feel?
I don't care.
Okay, cool.
I mean, as long as you don't touch me and we cool.
Right.
I know you may think I'm attractive. That's fine. That's cool. I
think women will say the same thing as long as you're not like trying to be predatory. And I've seen it because I go to clubs with my friends who are girls, and I have to tell the men to literally leave them alone because they keep going and they're predatory and they're literally scouting out for women that are drunk or whatever, not even drunk. She could say no 1,000 times and they're still gonna bother her. But the minute that I say something, they stop.
Women are
stopping for him.
Nobody. That's what I'm saying. These niggas is lying, bro. No, fuck that shit, bro. Bro, Snag, bro. You're telling me if someone goes say you with a bunch of people, right? And one of them's being a weirdo trying to holler at this one shorty that's drunk as shit, and I go, stop. You telling me that nigga gonna listen, bro? That nigga ain't gonna listen, bro.
Nah, that nigga lying. That's not true.
These niggas is lying, bro. Like, bro, maybe if the nigga, I forget the nigga name, but the big black nigga that was talking in the suit, if he tells a nigga stop, yeah, maybe. But nobody's listening to you. I'm sorry.
But to a male's defense to his argument, we could complain about how men don't get attention and the average man is lonely. So for her to say that it's him, whatever the fuck, bro. For him to say that, for her to say, fuck, this is so fucking confusing. I can't. I'm trying not to be rude, bro, but for her to say that it's male privilege because we don't get catcalled and shit. Niggas will love attention. Y'all get attention 24/7. So like you could say that shit like, bro, we all got our pros and cons. I mean, like male privilege, I guess, does exist, but you also have to acknowledge there are privileges females get too. That's what I'm saying, bro. We each got our own fair shares or whatever. Except when it comes to the law, in my opinion.
Not as strong as men and they get targeted. Sure, yes, that is a privilege that men have over women, but that doesn't mean that men have privilege because of that one situation. Men commit suicide way more than women do.
Because if we're going to go that route,
they don't get it. Men commit suicide way more because they don't get attention. Like I just said, the average man is fucking lonely. The fuck? I say that nigga do go on a date, bro. Oh yeah, I take out trash and I make $40K a year, bro. That man, she up out of that, bro.
Trans men commit suicide twice the rate.
But that's not.
I think what's important here is to distinguish the fact that yes, no one is negating the fact that women who get preyed on, there's situations where this happens, right? Like no one's going to deny that. But we're also just trying to say that it's not like a one-sided coin here, where there's no like men are just, we just have it good and we can do whatever we want.
I do
We
not
can't
believe that's true.
we can't even be the next Supreme Court justice because it's like.
But again, I live as a man, so I see the difference. Now.
Yeah.
When I said I have privilege and I walk into a room, of course, but then there's other things that are expected of me now as a man that I would never knew were expected.
So
of
would
me.
you guys agree that that there's such thing as female privilege?
Oh, sure, 100%.
My wife has privilege because she has me.
That's right.
Yeah, that's facts.
So she don't have to worry about her
Right
safety
on.
because I'm there.
I don't
if
believe.
all these bitches get a man, they wouldn't have to worry about their safety and shit. But
If
they
all
don't
these
want
bitches that get a man respect their man and listen to their man's authority, they wouldn't have to worry about that shit. Because women can have the best man in the world, but if they not gonna listen when the man says, "I don't think it's safe to go out," you know what I'm saying, to this fucking club in the hood by yourself with your girlfriends, they still gonna be in danger and shit. You know what I'm saying? But look, just how like women can say that they can say that that they get catcalled and shit, right? And they all this weird shit, right? Nigga, we can say that shit. Nigga, I can't even walk behind a woman without feeling like I'm making a woman feel uncomfortable. That's that male privilege. I feel like that's a disadvantage. I can't walk behind a woman for that long without feeling like I'm making her uncomfortable. I'm making her feel like I'm following her and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of all the other weirdos and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's a disadvantage that males have in the exact same situation, just reverse. I can't go approach it. I don't feel comfortable approaching a random female in the street when she's by herself because of other situations that might make her look at me in a certain type of way.
Man, we was walking up to that girl in Miami, bro. It just asked her what a fucking restaurant was. Oh, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, blah, 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 all of that bullshit, bro. Like, that's a good point, too, that you made.
Yeah, that's like...
But this whole privilege shit, bro, like, we all got our advantage and disadvantage, but I wouldn't say privilege. Privilege is an extreme word, bro. We got our pros and cons for both genders, bro.
Believe that as a man, it's like, there's marketing for women-owned brands. I can't be the next Supreme Court justice. Like, women are very much more empowered today, which I think is, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, like, good for you. But I think that the man I probably have privilege because I'm, 6 foot 210. Like, no one's picking on me when I walk down the street. I used to live in Chicago, and
but now
I used to walk
the
home all
average
the time
man
at
is
night,
not that. The average man is not 6'2", 210 pounds. Therefore, the average man does not have privilege. You know what I'm saying? That situation because of a nigga's 5'6", 5'7" walking down the street and shit. You know what I'm saying? Same way a nigga want to rob the bitch, the same way a nigga want to rob him too. Like,
yeah, bro, they making some good ass points, bro. Shout out Chevy in the chat.
No cap, what's good with you, my nigga Chevy?
I didn't see that boy Chevy in a minute. How you been, bro?
That nigga been working.
Was that smart? Probably not, but I felt a little safe because I'm not 5 foot 100 pounds.
I wish every time I walk down the street I got fucking cat called. I wish I got fucking attention.
That's what I'm saying, nigga. I've never had a female approach me and shit, bro. Never in my life.
I'm Max. I'm 29, and I'm a conservative man. In today's society, women and men can be whatever they want and be as successful or strong or as big of a leader as they choose. So I'm just wondering, in a society that is so seemingly more level than ever before, why are we transitioning to different genders to find, and what are we looking for?
Biology determines gender.
100%.
What type of question is this?
Can't do anything.
Ugly ass baby.
Oh,
Can't sit.
Yeah, cancel.
That baby's ugly, though, was it not?
Can't control your bowel.
Cancel.
That baby was hideous, bro.
You fucking asshole. How could you say that about a baby?
You right.
So, sex and gender, people try to argue that they're different, but sex and gender actually go hand to hand. And our biology, being a man, comes down to every fiber within our body. So whether that be DNA, chromosomes, testosterone levels, bone density, there's a whole bunch of different factors that go into it, and it all has to do with biology.
So biology, I 100% believe in biology. Today we talk about biology being a social construct. I disagree with that as a transgender person. I was born biologically female. I always acknowledge that, and today I live as a male. Now that
I'm happy Buck transferred to a nigga though, respectfully, bro. It's good, because I don't want to see what that nigga looked like when he was a female, respectfully.
We said sex and gender, they are trying to separate those things. Gender can be, I've chosen my gender. As you see, nobody would, I think, probably understand that I used to be a female. Now, many people do, like you just said, believe that sex and gender are one thing and you can never change those. I'm not trying to change anything. I'm trying to show the world that this is how I feel by presenting the outside. But I think denying biology is where we get into a lot of problems.
If you want to be seen as a man, then like,
right on.
Who are you to? I don't care. I mean, you do you, whatever makes you happy. But I think like it becomes a slippery slope. It's like, how are we going to deny basic human facts? Like, there's two genders.
I think that causes problems, and it causes problems for me.
Yeah.
Because the minute I start denying your biology, now you feel attacked by me. Right. And I don't want you to feel attacked by me. I never want you to feel, I want to be a part of, if that makes sense. You don't have to agree with my choice of how I live my life, but all I ask for is respect.
What do you have on your driver's license and your birth certificate?
Right,
do you change it to male or do you change it to?
So that being said, I transitioned to live as a man 29 years ago. So that was way before you see any of this stuff. And I had to acknowledge my biology, right? That being said, my license, I travel the world. It has to say male. Can you imagine if I showed up at the airport, they're like, female? Dude, there's something going on here. But I actually got my birth certificate changed to male. I was the first person to do that.
That's interesting. That's a question I always wanted to know too.
I kind of think that it might have been a mistake to do that now, looking forward today, because I never thought we would be having this conversation.
I'm glad you said that, because I love that people can express themselves. We live in America. It doesn't matter what I believe, what my religion is. I love that people can live their best life. I'll never, ever in my life protest or try to go against a person who wants to identify. The problem is when you begin to try to change language, you begin to try to change reality, and then therefore it changes on the children, and all of that becomes problematic. If a person says, okay, I acknowledge I'm born as a man or a woman, but I want to identify as this, cool, I respect that. And even if I didn't want to see it that way, and some people may be a little more ambiguous, I wouldn't never disrespect you. I'll call you by your name.
That's right.
Whatever name that you want to be associated with, I'll do that. And I think if everybody in the country can get on that same page, I think we'll see less division.
I've noticed in a lot of the trans individuals that I've met, the older generation who had it a lot harder in society to be accepted.
Or you could change to whatever gender you want. You identify as whatever the fuck you want. They got people identifying as wolves and shit now, but you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's a free country, blah, blah, blah. That's not my problem, bro. But the problem comes when you try to push your worldviews on other people, and not only other people, other people's kids too, bro.
Is a lot more willing to have the conversation.
We didn't have social media. I didn't have cell phones. I didn't have computers when I transitioned. This is how you build bridges. I'm Buck. I'm 59 years old, and I'm a
God damn,
because I'm
Buck,
an elder trans man now.
Older than that.
God damn, Buck.
God damn, I'm thinking Buck pushing 80.
Man, Buck was back there with Moses and them, man. Shout out Buck.
Oh, that nigga Buck. God damn.
I respect his worldviews, bro. And y'all, and by the way, we just cracking.
I agree with
don't
what
actually
Buck
take
said,
it
though,
serious.
I ain't
By
gonna
the
lie.
way, we don't disrespect anybody that want to identify as whatever the fuck you want, bro. But when you push your worldviews on other people, bro, that's when it becomes a problem, bro. But if I do see a trans man, trans woman in public, and they look like a male or female, I'm going to say what I think they, look like.
There's a much newer generation. There's a definite space where I have a different way of being than the younger generation, and why I tend to call myself a transsexual man. And I believe in biology, I believe in binary, so it really does not necessarily align with the new thought process that is happening with the newer generation.
I fuck with Buck. Shout out Buck.
So I love this question. With trans folks, biology does change. Our bone density does change. Our muscle structure does change. Our testosterone levels do change. So biologically, we do change. Anatomically, now that's where surgeries come into play. So when we're talking about biology and gender that can't be changed, our biology absolutely and concretely changes.
Not the DNA.
But our
DNA does not change.
Yeah, DNA is not going to change for anyone.
So you acknowledge there's a biological difference with females and females, because some people on the other side would say there's no difference. Like a female, like I could look like a girl, not having testosterone, but I'm still a male.
Some people are male, some people are female, chromosomally. But when we start to take testosterone, our bodies do biologically change.
But what about trans men who don't take testosterone?
Then their bodies don't biologically change.
That means then they're biologically still female, right?
Well, and gender in itself is something we get to choose. Okay,
That's right.
Just like you said.
Well, in your life, you get to choose. Not you don't get to choose it for the world, but you get to choose.
I get to
exactly agreed.
choose my gender because I've been on testosterone for 10 years. okay, going on 11 years.
But there's some anatomy that will never change.
That's right.
Right? I mean, you still have ovaries. You still have,
Yes.
the female reproductive system. You
Yes.
said that you had a child.
Yes, I've given birth. I no longer have female reproductive organs.
Right, but you had that. You will never get male productive organs.
Now, when you think about it, the male and female
Bro,
productive organs are
that's-
similar, and they're nearly the same. They're different. They're different in size.
Even if
Okay, biologically,
And they're different in
in-
functionality too.
Not necessarily,
Well,
because
you know-
the testes and the ovaries are very much similar. One is an egg, one is a fertilizer,
But
and
we
that's the
can never.
difference.
But I never can produce sperm.
You're absolutely
ever,
right.
Ever.
You're absolutely right.
They can never produce ova.
And you guys are saying that gender is like a social construct. Is that what you're saying too? That you could change it? But also, if you want to be technical about it, age is a social construct. Your ethnicity and race is a social construct. And I'm Hispanic. I can't say I'm Chinese because I like Chinese food. I could bleach my skin all I want. I could wear Chinese clothes.
Okay, that's a good ass point. That's a good.
Race is
Chinese-
not.
it's a
How,
social
how is
construct.
ethnicity going to be a construct?
There's all social constructs.
So
We all
how-
agree
how-
on it.
how
if you look
exactly-
Up, if you look up, is race a social construct? Ethnicity a social construct? Is time a social construct? Everything's a social construct if you want to think about it that way. But we have set truths, and we can't change those truths. If you want to say you're trans man, that means you're a biological female that thinks that
No,
you're a male.
I am a biological male. I'm an anatomically.
See, he's gonna have
Anatomically,
different-
I'm retarded.
What the fuck?
Fuck, we're canceled. Shit, why did I say that out loud, bro? Fuck. Bro, these niggas got it, bro. I don't care, bro. You're a
You cannot.
biological male. I mean female.
Bro, you
Stop,
cannot.
like-
Why they trying? Bro, they trying to ignore biology to try to make themselves feel better, bro. Buck just accepted it, and Buck said, "Yes, I agree. Biology, you cannot go against biology, but I do want to present as male." Blah blah blah, bro. Buck accepted it. They don't want to accept it at all, bro, because they don't want to. I guess it's offensive to them.
Version of it, then.
Right.
And I think it's
So-
really important that
right,
we understand
and
we're all gonna have
it's
different views.
anatomic, okay?
Yeah.
Because biologically, I have shifted, okay? Trans meaning going from one to the next.
Biologically and all these things, I know that there's importance for you guys, but meeting me or seeing me, you would never know. So why is it important?
Yes, I
No,
Like,
because
you know, like-
just
but I'm just
say if I
curious.
was a woman, just say if I was a woman and I wanted to date you, what are you gonna tell me?
I would tell you that I'm trans. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
no, I'm saying you can't tell me that you're a man.
I mean, I'm still a man.
No, but
I'm
you
a
gotta tell
transgender
me.
man.
You gotta tell me that you were born a woman. You have
I
to.
mean, I don't have to.
Well, because if I go down, if I see
Right.
in your pants,
right,
I'm gonna see something different, and that will be troubling to me
Right,
if I
but-
had an
but
expectation.
again, this is like leading
That's a fire ass example he brought up. Yeah, I got the fattest headache on my. Hold on, I got
off
something
the
light
topic,
Turn
but
my
I mean,
damn
to
head.
answer your question, if you must know, I do tell the person that I'm talking to or interested that I'm transgender. I don't think that you need it to, you don't need a penis to be a man. I know that you may disagree, which is fine. Like, I get it, but I don't want one.
Now, I have a question for all of you. Do your penises make you men?
Yes!
It's in the asteroid. It's in the
Bro,
asteroid.
hold on. Hold the fuck on.
It's in the
Hold the
asteroid.
fuck on. What was that nigga? Whatever the fuck that nigga's name is, bro. When you get pushed out your mama's pussy after 9 months, how does the doctor tell if you're a male or female?
Look at that wee wee. Not even much that, bro. Humans are. I mean, and to add on to that, humans are creatures, bro. You look at other. Say we could use the animal kingdom for example, bro. Like, how do you tell if it's a male or female? You look at if you had a dog, you would tell it's a male or female by the penis or the vagina. The fuck's in the asteroid? I wish dogs and animals could talk, bro, because they'd be like, what the fuck? Bro, at this point, I identify as a lion.
I identify as the greatest. That's my fucking pronouns. Bitch, you don't respect my pronouns, I'm not respecting yours. I'm the greatest.
Yes,
Well, it's
biologically.
part of our-
Like,
it's
no,
part of what
that
makes
is
me a man,
is
yes.
that what makes
Well, I
you?
said being a man's ingrained within every part of your body. So our cells, our
Right,
yes, our
but
penis too.
if
someone
you
was
had
a
to if you had to look at the difference between us and between you, now would that difference be the lack of a penis?
If we were naked,
Yeah.
Okay, so
It would
if we're gonna minimize being a man
I
to
don't
that particular
We,
anatomy,
we,
I've
didn't,
got
we didn't minimize.
no.
it.
I'm asking the question. Okay, if we minimize it because this
Emotional damage. That's how you can tell this is a woman, bro. Emotional damage.
guy.
We didn't minimize.
No.
it.
I'm asking the question. Okay, if we minimize it because this is where we're going is anatomy, right? Because that's where we've gotten.
The basic
Okay,
biology.
so if we get there, so do your penises make you more men than us?
Yes!
Part of
it's
what
not
does.
making more or less. It's we're a biologically man You're not a biological man.
It's not a spectrum,
It's
so
from-
it's not a question that we can answer because you're saying on the spectrum, would this make us more of a man than you? But no, it's because we are a man and you guys aren't.
Well, we're different.
So we're not men.
We're
Is
different.
what you is.
No,
That nigga said, "You want to get sassy with me, bitch? I got something for you."
bro,
That
they
nigga,
don't want foreign pill on this shit, bro. Oh my god, bro. We would.
I'd
fuck
definitely be
these
more.
niggas
I'd
up,
definitely
bro.
be more. Less jokey with it though.
Bro.
I'd be serious to help inform these
Nigga, I'm
delusional
sitting there like
individuals.
you asked me that shit, nigga. I'm answering your question straight up, nigga. Like, nigga, you need a penis to be a guy, and you need to have been born with a penis to be a guy. That's how life works.
Hollywood, you say retarded? That's a big. Oh my! Hold on, let me turn this brightness down. My fucking eyes, bro. God damn. Hold on, what that word say? Eblis.
I don't know, nigga. I'm poor.
Fucking
We
drop
can't
out. Go
afford
to college.
education. We
Go
can't
to
afford
college.
education, nigga. Government don't fund it for me.
That's oblivious and problematic. How could you use such a foul and hurtful slur? Yeah, you damn asshole. How could you say that about another individual?
You're right.
Fuck.
My bad.
Yes. Dicks do make you mid. LOL. What the fuck, bro? I would never think we would get to this point. Yeah, I'm so curious on what the next 10 years gonna look like. I'm so curious, bro. But
The
thank
world's
God,
ending. We're not making another 10 years. What the fuck? The world's ending in the next 7 years at most, bro. It's not making it a whole 10.
I thank God I'll be a millionaire by then, though, so I could go outside the country and I don't gotta deal
Nigga,
with
we
this
gonna be
bullshit.
dead. It's gonna be gone.
In
Nothing.
10 years. Oh, you think he's sending an asteroid?
Nigga, I'ma send it. Nigga, you tell me we gonna be rich as hell. We not gonna fucking find a way to send the asteroid, nigga. We gonna talk to Bill Nye or someone, bro.
The
Like,
nigga
we gonna
said
get an
Bill
asteroid,
Nye, bro. What the
Because of
fuck?
that. This shit ain't going on much longer with me in charge and shit, nigga.
Shout out Bill.
We gonna run the fucking world and shit, bro. Make some money and shit.
I wonder what Bill got to say about this shit.
He probably is one at this point.
Yeah, Bill got to be politically correct to keep his,
Exactly what you
Image.
just said.
In my view, you guys are appropriating the gender and you are living as a man, but biologically you are not a man. So to me, it's not, you can't say,
That is a
okay,
fact.
what
That is
makes,
not
does
an
that make us
opinion.
more of a man? That's not even a question to ask because you're not a biological man. When it comes down to asking questions that make me start to change what the truth is and what the truth isn't, putting it on a spectrum when it's an objective truth, that's where I draw the line.
What's the biggest problem?
Exactly, bro.
What he said.
Yeah, he not disrespecting y'all or saying fuck transgenders. That never came out of his mouth. What he is simply stating is a simple fucking fact.
Well, it doesn't make what you feel any different. The biological truth is the truth. And why can't that be the truth? And you also say, but I feel like on the inside that I'm a man and I'm going to present that way.
The argument is that people try to invalidate who we are with that. I'm not saying that you guys are doing that, but a lot of society in the world does that. Well, biologically, you're female. What
a
hurts
fact.
trans people that people don't realize what they're doing is it's
It
very
hurts trans people that a fact is a fact. Fuck.
harmful. You got to be aware of what you're saying, what you're putting out there. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
Bro, I hate
100%.
people like this,
You
bro.
could tell that is a
made the
woman.
choice, though. This is
You
the
could
thing.
tell that it's a
Like,
woman.
bro, this is the thing that I don't understand. They made the choice, so I don't give a fuck what I say. If it hurts you, that's because of a choice you made at the end of the day. Like, if I decide to cut my hair off, right, and Snaggg says, "You're fucking ugly, you bald bitch," that I can't be mad at him for saying that shit because guess what? I made the fucking choice. Like why do people get so sensitive over choices that they make, bro? If you made the choice and you feel it's the right choice, nothing somebody said should make you think otherwise at the end of the day, bro. It shouldn't make you feel sad and shit. Yeah, it might not be the nicest thing to say, but guess what? Is it wrong? If I cut my hair off, am I not gonna be an ugly bitch? I'm gonna be an ugly bitch. I'm not a bitch, but I'm gonna be an ugly ass motherfucker.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Not only in 2023, we changing the definition of truth. We changing facts to opinions, I guess, bro.
Bro,
Somebody's been drinking alcohol.
That's why I think we all agree. We would never try to offend you or anything like that. To
Alcoholic.
be honest, if I saw any one of you in the streets,
I wish.
Yeah, I don't care. It's not going to bother me that you want to.
Right.
I would know unless I pulled your pants down or something.
Right.
Why do you feel like you have to present the way you do? You know, facial hair. Could you
right.
be a man without having facial hair?
I mean, yeah.
Because you feel like you're a man.
I'm in the early stages of testosterone. I haven't hit 1 year yet. But personally for me, I crave, having a full-on beard like these fine gentlemen and you guys all have. Like I crave it, but I do believe not having like this little small piece fuzz I have going on, it does make me feel more dysphoric. It makes me like feel like, oh, this is how I presented before transitioning.
Do you feel like it's something that has gone wrong at birth? Like, you're born and you say, well, genetics and evolution says this. Why do I feel like this?
Yeah,
yet
I mean,
I
think questioning it was something that I always wondered, because sometimes when people say like, oh, like it was a choice, which I hear a lot on the other side all the time, like it was a choice. I was legit born this way. Like I could remember from, I think 4 or 5 years old, where like I didn't feel like a girl, you know what I mean? And I can't tell you why that happened. It was just my path in this life. And it's something that I honored. And, it was really hard for me to continue living, especially when puberty hit. Like time of month comes in, obviously anatomy changes, like, and that was the biggest thing for me, where I knew that like, okay, I can't.
Why aren't you just being like a tomboy and tomgirl?
Like, and that was the biggest thing for me, where I knew that like, okay, I can't do this. It's like you're not in your own home.
Children should be allowed to transition.
Bro, no. Oh my.
I was gonna say, I find it very interesting.
Of course, it's the two bitchiest ones, the two bitchiest looking ones.
You should allow children to feel what they feel, because I felt the way that I felt for as long as I can remember, and it's something that I cannot deny.
Yeah.
Although my mother is supportive, when I was younger, I wasn't allowed to wear boys' clothes because that wasn't right. Now I know we're talking about transitioning. It doesn't always have to be hormones. It's like transitioning in society. So being able to dress more masculine. Yeah.
Dressing masculine and transition are two different things. There's tom girls, tom boys and shit. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to dress, you want to wear the opposite clothes, go ahead.
But I was muted, huh?
Yeah, you was mother.
Bro, this is the problem, bro. I mean, here's where the problem coming from me, bro. When you propagate your worldviews on other people's kids, children are not, bro. Children do not make logical decisions, bro. Because for one, they're not grown up, they're not fully developed, bro. They're impressionable. Anything that they see, it might be interesting or whatever, bro. If you're a fully grown adult, that's cool, bro. But for them to say that it's cool for children to transition, I 100% disagree. Because for one, you tell kids what's right from wrong for a reason, and the reason why her mother was telling her to that it's not good, that it's wrong to wear masculine clothes, because it is. Women do not wear men's clothes. Women wear women clothes and men wear men clothes, bro.
I did when I was younger, but as I got into middle school, kids change, people are mean. So, I dressed how I would in society. So I dressed like a girl, whatever. But I think that children should be allowed to express themselves in whatever way makes them feel comfortable.
Disagree 100%.
Kids are struggling to be who they are, and there's more rates of suicide for trans individuals because they're like, there's literally being laws put in place to prevent.
She even got feminine piercings, bro. Like, you're a female, just give it up. No man is having that bar thing in their ear. Like, no man is.
You would be surprised. It's 2023,
bro. No real man, bro. Okay, real man.
The fuck this nigga doing? Blackie.
No, I'm joking. Oh shit! I didn't realize you're black.
Hey, y'all. By the way, bro, this is all like a lot of y'all gonna be sensitive to the topic.
Of course, he was in the jungle.
As y'all see, we make blunt ass jokes, bro. We like to have fun with the podcast. We gonna say what we want to say.
It's our fucking podcast. You don't like it, go to a different one.
It's all jokes at the end of the day. Y'all could crack jokes on us 24/7. We do not care. And then before one of you sensitive fucks get mad at us, we are supposed to be treating trans people like they are actual humans, right? Let's not treat them like they're robots and we can't joke about them. We joked about the gay dude over there. We joked about the pastor. We joked about all the straight niggas. We ribbed them and we ribbed the trans too. So don't be all sissified in the comments, bro. We literally talk about everybody. It's a joke. Oh shit, this is muted. Muted.
Okay, so I work with children. This is where I have like the biggest problem with the trans stuff is with the children, because people, like I'm sure you guys would agree, you want to inject them with the hormones to stop their puberty, their normal puberty. They haven't even developed their prefrontal cortex yet, and you want to stop their natural puberty from occurring to affirm their gender, and then later on they regret it. I think that's not a good thing.
See, that's why this is a loaded question, because transition can mean many things for children. Now, I totally, as a transsexual person, disagree with giving children hormone blockers, medication, surgery. But what I do agree with is socially transitioning, which means why? Because I did that. Okay, and I did that in the 60s and 70s. My parents dressed me like Buck. I was a boy. I didn't have any problems because I just lived, we used to call it a tomboy, right?
Yeah, that's what we call those tomboys.
Being a
A girl,
tomboy.
a girl that act like a nigga is a tomboy. We call
But
it.
the tomboys and shit, they still like the girl. Like they still liked the opposite sex. I thought like the ones I knew and shit, they just like dressed like a boy. I had no issue with that.
Yeah, he
Just not
said
all
that the transitioning with dating the same gender is, I guess, that they could transition like that, but completely injecting hormones and transitioning fully into a different gender. I think he said that's why they need to draw the line, especially for children.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Me too. Shout out, Buck. This motherfucker Hollywood is on demon time of the day. I'm moving to a different planet before he send the asteroid shit. I'm right behind you. Let me know what rocket you get on, bro. Let me know the
Nigga,
time.
what the fuck? We all dying. What the fuck?
Oh hell no, not I. Not
Man,
I.
who is nigga?
So that was totally, and I went through puberty and I did all the things. I do not believe children can make those choices. And I do not
Agreed.
believe it's okay and ethical for a parent to make those choices for a child. But I do believe gender dysphoria exists in children. I had it, 100% it's there. But to give medication to a child is so unethical to me that you would actually, you're exactly what you said, you're stunting brain growth, you're stunting all of these things.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, bro, you developing, bro. A child is developing, bro. They're not ready to make life decisions yet.
Research on it. So I'm in agreement with transitioning medically for children is not okay for me, but I do believe in a social space.
When you say a social transition,
Mhm.
it's interesting to me because we can't control what happens in a social situation.
That's right. That's right.
So to me, and we talk about suicide rates among young trans people, this whole ideology is telling people to derive their value off of what somebody else is saying about them or what somebody else affirms to them. So we say that, you know, society is the problem and we're not allowing people to be who they are and that's why they're committing suicide. But maybe it has to do with the messaging that we're sending to these kids, that you derive your value from if somebody uses your correct pronoun, or you derive your value if this person accepts you for wearing a dress. Be who you are, but tell them to be empowered about it and not get that empowerment from somebody else.
I feel like that's really kind of inconsiderate to say that someone would take their life because what someone else says. To somebody, that is important. To somebody, I know have friends who their family does not use the correct pronouns and they transition and they live in the same household. This person struggles with depression and anxiety. Could you imagine living in an environment like that where you're no longer validated?
That is that person's child. If I have a kid and he's staying under my roof, bro, and all parents are the same, well, most parents are the same way, bro. The child follows my orders. I pay the bills. I protect and provide for this kid. The child follows my rules. I will lead them in the right direction because I have went down life. I have experienced more life than them. So for him to just say, fucking that the parents not respecting the kids' pronouns, they shouldn't. What the fuck you don't want nobody want their kid to change to the opposite gender besides though that specific group of people.
Bro, listen. You do not have to respect your fucking children at the end of the day. Obviously, you got a basic human respect and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like if your kid wants to go and change genders and shit, right? And you're not supportive of it, that's not a fucking issue. Just like if a kid wants to play basketball and you want the kid to play hockey, nigga, okay, that like it's your kid, nigga. Like if you don't want your kid to do something, you don't have to want your kid to do something. If your kid's gonna do it anyways, your kid's gonna do it anyways. Just like if your kid wants to smoke weed, you don't want your kid to smoke weed. You're gonna sit there and accept him for smoking weed? No, but if he wants to do it anyways, he's gonna do it anyways, right? You know what I'm saying? So, like
it's not like they're trying to normalize disobeying your parents and your feels, and you shouldn't follow your parents' authority because they don't know what's best for you. You know what's best for you, especially at that age and shit like that, bro. And I 100% disagree with that, bro.
The thing is, like, your parents always gonna lead you in the right path that they think is right. Now, it might not always be the fucking right path in every situation, but it's not like your parents are gonna lead you on the wrong path purposely. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly, because they experience life.
Exactly. At that age, at a young age, you should 100% follow your parents' authority and shit. Once you get to maybe like 17, 18, 19, once you start growing up and shit, that's when, you know what I'm saying, if you want to make your own decisions and shit, it's okay.
Now we talking about children though. Hold on, what's the age for children? We talk about children.
We talk about children. So, nigga, when you're a child, nigga, you're supposed to listen to your motherfucking parents, nigga. What the fuck? Yeah, so you gonna end up homeless. That's how it is with me. If I didn't listen to my parents, nigga, you think my parents gonna want me to live under their roof? No. They don't want no rude, disobedient kid. That's not how life works.
Stop
you gotta be a spoiled ass kid, bro.
Stop disobeying your parents. Obviously, that's small chance or whatever, the minority group, the parents don't got the best interest at heart, and the parent probably a dope head or whatever. Obviously, it's exceptions and the minorities. Do not bring up those reasons in the comments, please. But there's people that got drug hits for parents. We're not talking about the exception, bro.
That's coming from your own parents.
But if you base your validation off of other people, this is a hard truth. But if your sole validation,
no, you definitely have to do it. Listen, I could give
people
a shit when everyone thinks about me. I do what I want. But for everyone
that was such a woman move right there. You seen the neck roll and such a woman move.
Listen, I could give people a shit when everyone thinks about me. I do what I want.
I do what I want.
For everyone, that's not the case because everybody.
I don't think that's how men act, sweetheart.
Different personality,
right? But that doesn't make it. That doesn't mean that.
But it's still. But what you're not acknowledging, though, is that in that environment, it is not supported.
I'm acknowledging that. I'm just saying that we're saying that for some reason.
How do this nigga look like? How is he real? He don't have no pimples. He has the perfect swirl. This nigga is a AI, bro. Gotta be.
They should look for that
validation. Too perfect.
When you love somebody and you have a family, you want their
you're focusing not on the individual. You're focusing.
Bro, the nigga is Mr. Perfect. He have no pimples, bro. He have no pimples. He got the perfect swoop. He don't got no hairs coming out bro. That's Mr. Perfect, bro. Gotta be. Shit, that's a lucky nigga without no pimples.
On the people outside of that.
Yeah, but the individual,
I'm focusing on empowering that individual.
But part of being a person is needing to be validated. You don't need to be validated ever in your life from your family or your friends.
I get my validation from within, and then the
right. But if we're talking about children, okay, if we're talking, okay, I was an 8-year-old when I found out that I wasn't biologically male. Right?
You was an 8-year-old when you found out you wasn't biologically man. Send the asteroid, bro. Send the asteroid.
I was 8.
Recordings just got better.
Bro, for the last time, we got the big ass duck on the screen, bro.
Report the ad, nigga.
Yeah, I'm about to report that.
How you report ads and shit?
Yeah, report this shit.
I don't like it.
Like, bro, we got the fat ass duck on the screen. Powered by StreamYard. Hold on, let me put in my complaint. Reporting ad listing. Ad violates Google Ads politics. Should remove legal violation. Was this helpful? No, just ban it. How can we approve it? Get this shit off my screen. We use it already. Fuck.
You better get the ForeignPill account banned.
Back to Discord. Back to Discord.
Take our shit down,
back to Discord.
Oh, yeah.
When I found out that I wasn't the same as my brothers. Okay. And so going through that process, I attempted suicide 4 times because my mother was like, well, you are a girl. When you're.
I'm done.
Is your mother
wrong? Can we end the podcast
though?
right now?
Is your mother wrong?
No. Don't forget the key point. 8 years old. She was 8 years old. 8 years old. He was 8 years old, bro. 8 years old. And his mother told him that he was a biological woman, that you are a girl. And he said, that hurt me inside. That hurt me inside. Only in 2023, everybody trying to run away from the truth. But don't forget, it always come back and end up biting your ass.
When you're 8 and you're 12 and you don't have anyone else that is in your space, when you don't have anyone else that lives in the same house as you to tell you you're okay.
These are such emotional arguments, while the real men are coming with straight facts, statistics.
Where are you supposed to go? How are you supposed to garner your own self-validation if the people that are raising you don't validate who you are?
Because that's not who you are.
Father, my duty is to raise my children the way I believe is right. And if my child somehow struggles with this, which is fine, we'll have that conversation. But I'm going to let it play out the way I believe it should be played out. And at 18 years old, you can do whatever you want.
Exactly. At 18 years old, bro. Agreed.
If you don't want to wear dresses, that's fine. I mean, just wearing if you want to dress like a boy, don't make you want to be a boy. Don't mean you have to be a boy. My mom was a tomboy, and my mom had me and my brother, and she's a woman, and she lives like that. But you may want to dress a little different. Maybe a boy want to do cheerleading or something like that. Right. But that don't mean you need to transition to something else. So I want that to play out.
Oh, that's a good point.
So my child is old enough to make that decision on their own. Also,
that is a good point, bro. Just because somebody want to be a cheerleader, like just because a male want to be a cheerleader, that does not make him a woman. Or just because the vice versa for the other situation. That is a good point, bro. And I'll let my kid make the decision at 18. Let it play out. I agree with it, Pastor.
Have to teach your children to have balance.
And they need a brush.
Because if you just want mommy and daddy to acquiesce to everything you want, that's not reality. Yeah. You have to understand that mom and dad may not see me this way. They love me. Right. I see myself this way, and I disagree with how they speak to me or how but I love them as well. I love, like my son, if he said it, he was, and I'm a Christian and I don't believe in homosexuality. I don't. I respect anybody that feel that way. I'd never, protest you at all. If my son came to me, it would be a struggle for me to want to go to his wedding. I'm just going to be honest. But I think that my son should understand this is the way my dad feel. I love him. This is the way I feel, and we have mutual love. And that don't mean I hate you. That just mean we disagree. And I wish that same sentiment would be, and I think it's the same on this panel. Like, there's no hate in any of this. I love every single person on this side, and we may think of things differently, but we love each other. It can't be one-sided.
I am lucky, 41, and I'm a trans man. One of my greatest fears as a trans man is my life being taken from me because I'm a trans man. Transitioning in a Black neighborhood with gang members as neighbors, they weren't having that. So the more that my body started to look a lot like theirs, I was challenged on a regular basis. I was beaten up because someone recognized me from prior to my transition and approached me and confronted me and called me a liar and told me I was a bitch. And I, out of safety, was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they cold cocked me and I lost the front tooth.
I grew up with a positive father figure.
I did.
This is good.
Yeah.
I think for me it's surprising because I would believe that a woman or a person who's born as a woman who now identifies as a man didn't have a positive role model as a man, and therefore they felt somewhat insecure as a woman, which makes them, feel a certain way and want to be a certain different person. Maybe they want to be the man that their father never was, or whatever the case may be. And so it was very interesting. I mean, being honest, it was interesting to see pretty much a majority of you guys come forward.
That's so great. I think that's really important that you say that, because I do think a lot of people probably feel that way about guys like me, right? That our fathers we didn't have the right upbringing or what. My father was amazing. I grew up really like a little boy. I always felt like a little boy. My parents actually raised me, and I'm 59 years old. So that was in the 60s and the 70s when we didn't even talk about this kind of stuff. But my parents actually felt it from me. So I think that that's a misconception that people think about people like us.
Any good father pushes their child to feel self-love and to feel like they can be who they want, do what they want, and have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? Like our founding fathers. And so it's fatherlessness or having a missing dad is a pandemic in its own, and it's one that obviously I'm sure Brandon can attest to. It's so critical to have a father in the house because kids get lost when they don't have one, and having a father that's loving and strong and someone you can rely on is the reason why we're all comfortable with who we are.
I had several different father figures like in my life. So it wasn't, I had a dad, but then I had my grandfather and I had my uncle. It takes a village to raise a child, right? But all of those different perspectives raised me as a well-rounded human. Like, if we take the masculinity out of it, just as a human, I got to see different perspectives. And so now as a father that has given birth to a child, and that child being a male, right, I'm able to raise him with those same ideals that I'm able to identify because of the father figures that I had.
I didn't have my father growing up. He was not present in my life at all. So it showed me that some men can step up, like my grandfather and my stepfather, who have taken me in and showed me how to take care of myself, how to be, strong and dependable. And all I've been able to do is give more love to all people that I interact with.
Right.
So it was really important for me to have those figures.
I think this is a really important thing to show people that are watching this, because a lot of times I feel like we can blame any issues in society or anything that arises on the generation that came before us. So any issues that arise in our society, it's like there's not always a reason why it's happening. We just need to address the issue and solve it.
I grew up with all women. My parents were divorced and I lived with my mom. I had my aunts. So I was raised by women, but my dad was there sometimes, and then my stepdad took me in as his own. So I had my stepdad as a father figure.
I grew up with all women as well. My mom used to tell me I have to be your mom and your dad. So like there'd be times where I got both. Like she was super sweet with me or really strict on me, and like she taught me.
That's why you ended the way you ended up, bro.
Women, it taught me a lot of vulnerability.
No, when you were talking to, I was like, I relate to you very well. But yeah.
I'm Jacob. I'm 27 years old, and I'm a trans man. So the relation with my dad and how unsupportive he is has been a challenge for me, but it's something that I've learned to grow past. And I encourage everyone that even if you don't have a parent who is supportive, to still be authentically yourself, because your life is meant to be lived for you. And I think that choosing my happiness above all else has made my life that much better. And I wouldn't change anything. Even though he wasn't supportive, I still wouldn't have him here.
Listening to all your guys' points, I would definitely say, yeah, I did have a father figure. He was in the Marines, and he has this very like toxic masculinity mindset, a lot of anger built up.
Toxic masculinity mindset. Sound like his father was a real man.
That I can definitely tell he suppressed, you know, in the Marines, because that's what he was taught to do. That's what the Marines are about. He always carried that with him, and I think that's what he tried to instill in me and my siblings at a very young age, which made it hard for me to be vulnerable with myself. And I just saw a lot of anger issues that were, you know, very violent sometimes. And since coming out as trans, I feel like he's been more willing to understand me more and trying to figure out who I am as a person. And because of that, I feel like our relationship has definitely got a lot of progress.
I can't imagine how difficult it is to come home and
a father
try to
figure
be vulnerable.
Is definitely important, bro.
After suppressing so much pain and hurt for years, so it's good to hear that, you know, he's learning and kind of evolving and opening up. That's something where, you know, you guys were talking about vulnerability, right? And it's like there's times when it's good to be hard.
I don't show emotion as much as I'd like.
What the fuck is this ad now, bro? It can't be taught.
You are now in the presence
Oh, the John Wick.
of the king.
Ooh, by now?
That's Superman, bro.
Let's put the credit card information. Hollywood, what's your credit card numbers?
Nigga, my shit maxed out.
Oh, damn, brokey. Chat, what's our credit card numbers? Drop them in the chat.
John Wick Chapter 4, rated R.
I never seen it. Oh, another one we can't skip. Oh, shop now.
Oh my God, this nigga can't just let the shit play out.
Oh, that's a nice bed.
Play the fucking video, nigga. You don't even got a bed, nigga.
I definitely have sensed and noticed since transitioning that being on testosterone has made me cry less, which is very interesting because I believe that before I transitioned and started taking testosterone, I feel like not being able to cry as much, it makes me feel like, I'm like, damn, I wish I could cry right now, but it's not gonna happen. Hi, I'm Gibby and I'm a trans man. Before transitioning,
Gibby,
I guess only presented as lesbian, but since transitioning, I've been able to be more comfortable with my sexuality.
Wait, I'm confused. How do trans people, if it's a biological woman that transition into a man, right? What gender do they like? They like men or women?
Whatever they fucking want.
Or do they date other trans?
They do whatever the fuck they want. But there's people that transition to a man just to date men. When you could just date the man as a woman. But
on like dating apps and stuff, a lot of conservative men fetishizing trans individuals. And it's interesting because a lot of the time they say that they don't identify as gay or, you know, within the community, and yet they're fetishizing my community.
Barely.
So I don't know about you guys, but I always speak my mind. If I feel a certain way, I'll tell somebody, and that probably cost me a lot of relationships, but that's just how I am. So
I don't think there's anything wrong with, I know we talked about vulnerability, you know, a long time ago. I don't think there's anything wrong with being vulnerable. I think, like we said, there's times and places for it. Knowing when it's okay to be vulnerable and being self-aware of that, and then, you know, being strong when you need to, and being sad, you know, when it's appropriate. But I certainly am not as vulnerable.
Jubilee make a bag off of setting up a camera, recording other people's opinions, just cut the camera off and edit it up. That they smart as hell, bro.
Or not as
so
emotional
smart,
as
bro.
probably I should, just because it's not something that I always did growing up. But I don't feel like I have any real issues like suppressing. I just feel like I kind of get it out in other ways.
Yeah, that's great you look at it like that, because I believe for me, like my personal experiences, like because I was one, you know, to transition at a very young age, and my dad being in the military, being a veteran, he would see me being vulnerable at times, and he'd be like, "Well, don't you want to be a man?" and that would make me
W that.
Well, am I not supposed to be vulnerable anymore? Now that I'm I'm gonna transition, and it was just like very hard for me because
But you wanted to become a man, so your dad started treating you like one, and you still didn't like it. So you was never what the fuck?
I said earlier, it was hard for me to have that father figure at that time of my life.
My process of digesting emotions is by myself, and I use that time to self-reflect. So if I'm feeling angry, or if I'm
Same.
Feeling really passionate about something, or whatever the emotion is, sometimes I pull back and I don't show that emotion because I'm reflecting on it and trying to understand why it's there. So I think a lot of times people can think men aren't showing enough emotion, but in reality, they're just self-assessing why that emotion is there in order to see what it's trying to teach us.
Right. I think for when I was female, I was much more angry. I was just reactive, angry, like, "Grr." And then as I became a man, I cry more now as a man than I ever did as a woman. And I'm like, I think it's because I'm at peace with myself. And so before I was just so angry about being a woman and everyone calling me she and seeing a girl, and I'd just be, as a fashion model. So that really just took it to a whole other level. And then once I became a man, it was like, whoa, I can actually relax. And I think I do the same thing. I self-reflect.
As long as you are at peace in the end, bro, that's all that matters. Even if you transition or even if you don't, bro. If you are at peace in the end, bro, that's all that matters, bro.
I want to be this type of man that is more vulnerable and that is more accessing my own emotions.
Why the hell
Thank
are
you, everyone.
Thank you.
That
was cool.
Because you got metal in it.
Stuff that has metal you touch?
Duh.
That was so disgusting, bro.
Have fun on the podcast. I'm going home.
It's about fucking time. God damn. Nigga, bring. Thank you, nigga.
Yeah, those conversations are important, bro. And I really didn't disagree with Buck a lot, but the other women that transition to men, I disagree with them a lot, bro. And yeah, bro, that vulnerable topic, bro. Y'all already know how I feel about that. I said it plenty of times, bro.
Buck just need to stop lying, talking about he be commanding the room and shit, bro. Then I'll agree with everything, bro. Other than that, I agree with most part of Buck.
Yeah, Buck was
too emotional and shit.
That's probably why Buck is more at peace than all of the rest of the transits. I said the transits, the transformers and shit, bro. Because he understands reality and he accepts it. So that's why Buck more real, bro. But yeah, y'all already know how I feel about that vulnerable shit, bro. As a man, bro, hold that shit in. I mean, not hold that shit in. Express it in different ways, bro. But you don't have to cry, bro. Or you don't have to cry in front of others. Nah, I like what Mr. Perfect said, bro. He take a moment, step back, self-reflect. If he need to cry, he let it out. I like that. I like that response. Shout out Jubilee once again for providing us with the content.
No, shout out Jubilee. They didn't pay us. Niggas want to get free shout outs. Free. We broke. We need money. Tell them to give us money for a shout out. We start charging guests.
For what, our 500 subs? Or not even 500?
Hell yeah. Fuck, bro. I've been waking up too damn early, bro. Like, I'm tired as fuck at this time now.
I thought I was the only one. I fixed my sleeping schedule. Like, usually my shit was like from like 8 all the way to like 12, 1 in the afternoon tomorrow and shit. But now I'm like, I'm cool with it.
Bro, I woke up at 7 a.m. today. I don't like this shit. I don't like feeling this way at this time.
But you feel tired?
And I'm mad as fuck. Some bitch ass nigga sold my fucking bread, bro. We need to get some fucking money. I'm about to do fucking Uber Eats on my feet, nigga.
Nigga about to have fucking calves and fucking you ain't gonna skip leg day at all.
I'm gonna go see if I have a bike. I'm gonna look if I have a bike, nigga. I wonder if I have a fucking bike in my carousel. If I got a bike, it's over, nigga. Nigga, I just want
to get your bag. You gonna get you a bag, put the food in it. Nah, but how would they go with the drinks though? If they got drinks, hitting bumps and shit.
I hold it. Same thing. You hit a bump in the car.
You gonna draw that bill one hand?
Nigga, what the hell I need hands for?
Oh, no hands.
Hell yeah. Bro, I just want money, bro. Hey, if you guys in the comments know how I can get some money, bro, so let me know how I can get some motherfucking money, bro. Like I just want money. It's not even funny at this point, no more. Like, bro, I just want money. That's really all I be thinking about now. Just money, money, money. I just want money.
You mean you need?
Shit, both. Because I only need a certain amount of money to survive. I just want extra money so I can do extra things in life. You know what I'm saying? Go on, you know what I'm saying? My 2 vacations a year. Barely be able to take off holidays to see with my family. You know, the extra money in that way. I'm going to work at a fucking in a cubicle. You guys think I should work in a cubicle for the rest of my life?
Yeah, go get a desk job. Or you could just go be homeless. That's a job too. It's a full-time job.
Oh, hell, my
I hit the hour and shit, bro. Hey, make sure y'all fuck with our main channels and shit too, bro. Links in all the description. Everyday uploads on my main channel and reaction channel. Everyday Twitch stream from both of us, bro. This nigga out here fall asleep this shit. Hey, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro. Shit, I done had a long ass day too. I ain't gonna cap.